Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back to Heroes of the Storm, and I have a daily quest of playing 2 games with a warrior hero. Now, the only warrior hero available on the current rotation is Tyrael, so guess what? That means we're going to play a little bit of Tyrael. And what I'm going to try and do, and something I've been trying to do ever since I hit level 8, is coming up with a couple distinct builds for a character and recording 2 different videos for that character to show off how the different builds can be used and how they can really change up the way you play a character. So I'm kind of hoping that I can do a good job of showing that off, especially since every hero has 2 ultimates. Well, there's at least one exception, there may be more, but each character typically has 2 ultimates, which really helps with making multiple builds and things like that. So first off, we're going to look at Tyrael, and we're going to go ahead and look at his basic abilities. So Tyrael is kind of a basic hero. He has a mount. Alright, so his first ability is Eldruin's Might. It's an area of effect with 12-second cooldown. 105 damage to enemies within target area, slowing them by 25%. Reactivating while the blade is present will teleport Tyrael to his blade, dealing 105 damage and slowing enemies by 25% in an area around it. So you have a targeted ability that does a slow. Let's go ahead and do it. And you see there, I can also do it again. So I can hit twice with it. So you've got 105 and then another 105, so 210 damage altogether. And it is an area, so I can hit the line. Now how long it's out there, I'm not sure. Let's wait, and then I'll hit Arthas as he passes by. So there we go. I can use it to hit an area and then use it again. It's got a 12-second cooldown, so what I want to do is put it down, I'll wait 12 seconds. Okay, that was out about 4 seconds before it reverted. I don't know if it's because Arthas destroyed it or not.
Your team draws first blood.
Okay, so it lasts about 5 seconds. We'll do it one more time just to make sure there's no enemies nearby. Okay, nope, it does 5 seconds, and it looks like it does secondary damage whether or not I teleport to it. Let's see. Doesn't say, so let's just try it on the back line there. We're going to do damage, and we're going to wait the 5 seconds. Okay, yep, excellent. So if you put it out there, 5 seconds later, it's going to blow up regardless. And it's going to do 105 damage on the second hit. The only time you really want to hit it again is if you need to do the instant damage or if you need to teleport. So that gives Tyrael as a warrior a nice amount of movement capability. His second ability is Righteousness, 65 mana, also on a 12-second cooldown. It shields Tyrael, absorbing 450 damage for 4 seconds. When the shield expires, it explodes, dealing 210 damage to nearby enemies. So about half. So we'll go ahead and use it. You can see there's the shield. I'm going to take less damage, and then once it expires, there it blows up. So you've got quite a bit of tankiness there. Next ability is Hand of Sacrifice. 13-second cooldown, 50 mana. Redirects the next 600 damage dealt to target ally to Tyrael instead. This damage is reduced by 25%. It lasts 10 seconds or until Tyrael and his ally are too far from each other. Okay, so I'll go ahead and pop it. And you can see that there is a line linking the 2 of us. Let's see how far out it can go. It goes out pretty quick. There we go. It almost lasted the entire lane here, so you really don't have to be that far away from each other. Or you don't have to worry about getting too far away from each other. Like, I'm way over here. It's going to break probably, yeah, right about there. So you're looking at just under a screen's length away for Hand of Sacrifice. So I can constantly get damage from my ally, and so I can do that. I can combine the damage reduction and my own shield. So I'll basically take the damage of my ally as well as kind of nullify it with the Righteousness shield. His combat trait is Archangel's Wrath. When Tyrael's about to die, he becomes invulnerable and explodes after 4 seconds and does 640 damage to nearby enemies. So that means if you're in a bind or if you're chasing an enemy and say you think you're about to die, you might as well go ahead and finish that. You've got 4 seconds, you're invulnerable, you don't get any of your abilities, but you can see you blow up and do a decent amount of damage.
The pursuit of
Not something you probably want to rely on, but it is nice to know that if you die, you've got 4 seconds to get up on someone and do a whole bunch of damage before you die. Alright, now that we've looked at his basic abilities, let's take a look at his 2 ultimates, or heroic abilities. We have Judgment. 80-second cooldown. Charges a target, deals 235 damage. And stunning them for 2 seconds. While charging, nearby enemies are knocked back and take 110 damage. So, let's see, I'll charge forward. It says a target, so it can probably be the line, yep. Boom, there you go, I see I charged in. Let's go ahead and reset my cooldowns. Charged in, everything in the line took 100 damage, and the target I hit, it takes 245. And they get stunned for 2 seconds. That's pretty nice, can be very useful, both offensive and support. So being a tank, it allows me to go in there, do a bunch of damage, and stun the enemy for my team if I need to. So one more time, we'll reset the cooldown, charge in, you can see I can go through the line, knocks everything back, the line and Arthas.
Choose a talent.
Alright, the last heroic ability is Sanctification, with 75 mana, is on a 50-second cooldown. While channeling, Tyrael makes all nearby allied heroes invulnerable and unstoppable for 3 seconds. That is pretty nice, actually. So I can come in here like Malfurion, you can see, is almost dead. There we go. Now he's invulnerable for 3 seconds while I'm here in the Sanctification. Now, it looked like that Sanctification is an area of effect that cannot be moved. So let me go ahead and I'm going to try that again. Clear cooldowns. Okay, it is a channeled ability. Yeah, it even says wall channeling, but I wanted to make sure. So just so you know, when you hit Sanctification, you cannot move. Everything around you is invulnerable for 3 seconds. So it is a great ability for if allies are about to die, or maybe you're initiating a team fight and you want to give your allies a quick burst of invulnerability. It really, you could use it depending upon the situation, but you can get in there and just keep your allies from going down, or spare them. Like, say maybe someone got stunned or you see a bunch of damage incoming, you can very quickly pop the Sanctification. It's pretty instant. And if you need to let go of it early, I think you can. We're just going to double check that, because it does say clear Sanctification, or cancel. 1001, 1000, yeah, okay, so you can cancel it early, but it looks like it's not very responsive. Okay, yeah, there's about a 1 to 1.5 second delay before you can cancel Sanctification. And seeing as how it lasts 3 seconds, so you've got about 1.5 seconds that you have to do it. But once that cooldown is down, you can go ahead and cancel it out. It's very good. Tyrael's got some pretty nice abilities. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at some of his talents and see how we can utilize him. So it seems like they've seen fit to give Tyrael some interesting talents as he goes along. So you've got some of the basics like Regeneration Master, which gives you health per second and stacks. A lot of the warriors get that. It is pretty nice. You need to get 3 globes, but you do get 1 health per second, which allows you to sustain a lane fairly nicely. It might not help you in combat that much, but it depends, right? Because you're still getting that regeneration even with combat, but it's obviously not going to save you from taking a lot of damage all at once. It's really for maybe getting yourself back up in damage between combats, or just kind of sitting there and maybe you're just tanking minions for a bit. Path of the Warrior is a general warrior talent as well, where you get 25 maximum health every level. Now, some specific ones for Tyrael are his Protection in Death. So when Tyrael's Wrath, or the Archangel's Wrath, explodes, Tyrael is granting his nearby allies a shield that absorbs up to 50% of their maximum health and damage, and it lasts for 5 seconds. So if you're getting ready to die, or you're engaging in a team fight, you think you might die, it might not be a bad idea to die. Because if you go into a team fight, you're engaging, and they decide to focus on you, being the tank, they really should be focusing on others, but they decide to focus on you, that's a good thing. Because then you're gonna die, but you're going to blow up. You're going to turn into your Archangel's Wrath, and not only are you going to do damage to them, but now with this trait, you will also shield your allies so that they're not taking any damage. So that can be very useful. In fact, it might even be useful to throw yourself into a useless situation if you think your team could win doing it. You got to be very careful with that, though. You obviously don't want to sacrifice yourself too much or for the wrong cause, because obviously that's experience that your enemy team is going to get. So you want to make sure you use that very carefully. Heraldric Reforging increases the damage dealt by Eldruin's Might by 20%. So that's the AoE that you do, and that can be very useful for maybe maintaining a lane, clearing a lane. So perhaps you are soloing a lane as a warrior. You might want something like that, because that's going to give you more damage to the minions. Going to level 4, you have Amplified Healing, which increases the healing taken. So maybe if you're sitting with a support in lane, that could be a very useful thing to have. See, a lot of these talents, it's very nice to kind of look at these and see if you could make up a build, but a lot of these builds really are circumstantial. You have to decide who is it you're with in the game and decide how you're going to use some of these. Now, some characters you can just make a build and it'll work universally, but someone like Tyrael here has very specific talents that can be very useful based on where he is. We've already seen here at number 1, you might want to use Heraldric Reforging if you're alone in a lane. Here, you might want to use Amplified Healing if you have a support member in your lane. He does have the basic Vampiric Assault, which heals him for 15% of the damage he does. He gets an upgrade to with regeneration here. Enemies that attack Tyrael while shielded will grant him regeneration, which give him 30 health over 3. So you already have the shield that you put on yourself, but if they're still attacking you when you shield yourself, not only are you shielded, but now you're going to get some of your life back. So that can be very useful and sustaining. For support, you have Cleansing Sacrifice. Hand of Sacrifice will now remove all stuns, roots, silences, and slows from your target. So not only are they going to be shielded for a bit and the damage taken done to you, but now they can continue to move, so you can use it to save them. At level 7, you get Battle Momentum. Basic attacks reduce your ability cooldowns by half a second. That's a pretty standard talent. Angel's Grace. After teleporting to his sword, his movement speed is increased by 25% for 3 seconds. So that can be very useful for chasing or running away. You throw the sword down, you teleport to it, and now you can move a lot faster. Hand of Providence. Enemies in the beam take 20 damage every half second, and it does double damage to minions. So you're sitting there in a lane with an ally, you put the protection shield on them, you saw the beam between Tyrael and my ally, you can move that so that it's doing damage to people. Searing attacks. You can activate to increase your basic attack damage by 50% for 5 seconds. So if you're going for more of a damage build on Tyrael, that's something you can do to empower your attacks. Level 10 gives you your ultimate, so we move on to 13. Burning Rage. You can deal 10 damage per second to nearby enemies, and that's a passive, so you can basically give Tyrael an AoE effect around himself. So that's an interesting one. I haven't seen that on an allied yet. You have Zealotry, which increases the duration by 100% and the explosion damage by 25%, so that is his shield. You basically double the duration that the shield on yourself lasts, and then, of course, the explosion does more damage. Then you can do Imposing Will. Enemies that attack Tyrael while shielding have their attack speed slowed by 50% and movement speed slowed by 50%. So you can combine something like that, Imposing Will, where they attack you and they are slowed, along with, regeneration. So you're slowing them and you're getting regeneration. That can be quite nice. Very defensive. You can also get United Purpose. While linked, Tyrael and his target will movement speed is increased by 15%. This reminds me a lot of Aphrodite in Smite. She will kiss a target and link herself to them, and everything she does damage-wise also heals the target. This one's a little more specific in that the link is only temporary, where hers is permanent, and hers also grants movement speed. So that's a mechanic I've seen before, but that's can be a pretty nice mechanic because it will help you and your ally. Alright, moving on to 16, you have Holy Might. The next 3 auto attacks after teleporting to the sword will do double damage. Angelic Barricade. This, I think they're probably going to redo this, the wording here. All it says is a 3 radius pathing blocker, so basically a shield, is created after Tyrael teleports to his blade. So you're basically creating a block after you teleport. So you can teleport maybe behind an enemy and prevent them from moving. So you can kind of block them in. That's kind of neat. Atonement is a trait. On dying, your movement speed is increased by 40%, and Tyrael resurrects 10 seconds faster for every Euro hit with Archangel's Wrath. So you can boost your trait for when you die to make it so that you can come back quicker. And of course, you're moving faster, so you'll be able to chase whoever you need to. Blood for Blood. Activate to steal 15% of your target enemy's maximum health and slow their movement speed. So that can make you a little more tanky, also can help your team kill a target that you need to. Alright, at level 20, you've got the basics with Resurgence and Fury of the Storm. Upon dying, you can revive back at your altar after 5 seconds. Only occurs every 2 minutes. or Fury of the Storm, basic attacks bounce twice. So those are pretty standard. Now the other two are of course upgrades to your ultimate, which will be situational based on which ultimate you choose. Angel of Justice increases the cast range of Judgment by 50% and reduces the cooldown by 30 seconds. If you're going for an assault build, that's great. Now keep in mind that can still be useful for a support character because the charge does stun your target for 2 seconds. It reduces the cooldown by 30 seconds, and you can do it a lot further. 50% out is a good distance for that because he already charges pretty far out. And then Holy Arena increases the duration of Sanctification by 1 second, so it's 4 seconds, and increases the attack and ability damage of protected ally by 25%. So that, again, I talked about going in as a team fight and using that. That's very useful because now not only are you protecting them for 3 seconds, but you are making it so that their damage is amplified. So that's going to be an awesome defensive ability. So those are all of his talents that we're looking at here, and I'm going to start off probably with a support type build. Alright, so starting off as support, if I want to go tanky, I'm probably going to end up with Path of the Warrior. That is really a nice one to have as a general tank. Looking at the others, Protection and Death, while it is a support ability, it protects your allies, that really seems like it's going to be more for an offensive build, and I say that simply because this is assuming you're going to die, right? The best thing you can do is try not to die. Tyrael's trait is really nice that if you have to die, you can do something. But if I were to get something in Protection and Death, that would mean that I'm going to be very aggressive and possibly not escaping from my enemies. So I probably don't want to do Protection and Death. Sticking to Path of Warrior, possibly Heraldric Reforging. Again, that's going to be very dependent upon if I'm alone or not. If I'm with a support, I'll probably get Amplified Healing. But beyond that, I would probably get Cleansing Sacrifice to remove stuns, roots, and silences. Now this one at rank 7 is kind of tricky. The movement speed by Angel's Grace can be nice to help with chasing, but honestly it's probably would be Hand of Providence since it's something you're going to be throwing out to help your ally anyway, and you can do damage with it. But Battle Momentum might be a bit better because basic attacks reducing your ability cooldowns, that means more often I can throw out a shield to my ally or shielding myself. So that's going to make me a bit more tanky. So I think Battle Momentum will probably be my preferred one for support. Doing support means I'm probably also going to do Sanctification, since that will protect everybody. Moving on to rank 3, I'm thinking United Purpose to get the movement speed for our allies so that we can either we can run away if need to. But then again, Imposing Will and Zealotry are very nice because those increase the shields that I have for myself. That one will probably be more depending upon how the battle feels. If it feels like we're going to need the speed to get away, United Purpose can be great. But then again, since I'm going to get Cleanse on United Purpose, I might end up holding off using it more often. That we'll have to see. Other than that, I'm thinking maybe Imposing Will because it slows down enemy movement speed. That again is tricky because if they see you shield yourself, they may not attack you. So we'll have to see. Moving on to 16. Being a tank, I'm going to want to stay in the battle for a bit longer. Looking at this, it's more than likely going to go to blood for blood. Now, another possibility is Atonement, because if I do die, I'm going to want to be able to use that to get in there quickly, and it allows me to resurrect quickly if I hit multiple enemies. So this one's going to be a tough one. That one I'll have to debate on until the end, and obviously at level 20 it's going to be Holy Arena. So those are my choices, or at least what I'm looking at doing for the battle. We'll see what actually happens when we get into a fight.
Reckoning is at hand.
A hero has left the battle. Choose a talent.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Haunted Mines.
The battle
So,
begins in 30
Tyrael
seconds.
having some specific situational talents. I'm going to wait until I get into a lane. Now, this is the Haunted Mine, so there's only 2 lanes, so chances are I'm going to end up getting something that's not offensive like Heraldric Reforging. I shouldn't need that. Usually only on a 3-lane map are you going to often see yourself alone. So I probably won't be getting that. I'll probably just do the standard Path of the Warrior. Downside is one of our characters, or one of our allies, Raynor here, did disconnect from battle. So it looks like I'm going south with Falstad.
Let the battle begin.
I'm going to go ahead and get Path of the Warrior now.
Eternity awaits us.
Falstad, what kind of character are you, Falstad?
Greetings, mortal.
Does it tell me here? I believe he is damage, or maybe assassin. That's hard to say.
Our time is short.
Ooh, Gazlo. Okay, we've got Gazlo and Uther here. Okay, I moved down the line just in time there. Throw down the sword. I'm going to just let it explode. I don't need to teleport. Oh, unless Gazlo moves in.
Light the way.
Alright, throwing a shield on myself, taking out his turret. Taking a bit of Falstad's damage here. Uther kind of moved in there, that's fine.
Without delay.
This is going to be interesting. We could really use Raynor either up here, or okay, looks like Raynor went up above. Abathur is helping us here. That's the other thing, right? Abathur is the other character we have, which means he can't actually actively be in lane. Throwing a shield on Falstad, getting some regeneration. Gonna put a shield down. Uther nearly dead.
Our time is short. We need to take this enemy down.
Choose a talent.
Alright, excellent. So what are we gonna get? Vampiric Assault, regeneration. Removes debuffs and slows. Yeah, let's go to support. We're gonna get the cleanse.
Welcome, foolish heroes. The haunted mines are beginning to unseal. See the terror within the shadows.
Trying to use Eldruin to do some damage to the line. About the best thing I can do at the moment. The enemy is kind of keeping back, so they're, in a way, zoning themselves, and I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, let's get out of that. Cleanse. That was good timing, actually.
Enter, heroes. The damned await your presence. I will bring order to chaos. Light the way.
Yep, activated my shield. Good timing on that one.
Justice be done.
Yes!
First blood. An enemy has been slain.
Excellent. Alright, you'll have to excuse me. I'm kind of concentrating here because I'm not very good at getting the support attacks in just in time.
Cannot stand before Eldruin.
Okay, Uther is retreating. Let's push this line in so that the... Where do you think you're going? Alright, let's go underneath. I need to help out. Oh, I don't know about this one. Movement speed, cooldowns. Cooldown reduction.
Hero has left the battle.
Okay, let's do a shield. That shield will blow up and do damage to everything around me.
Finally.
We are not doing so great. It's 40 skulls to 14. Oh no, 40 is us. Uh-oh, I need to get out. Popping a shield. Okay, I was able to get out. Enemy, oh geez, they put some siege minions in the line. So we are doing good. We're 55 to 20 right now.
Eternity awaits us. Ego will be rooted out.
So I'm putting my shield on me even though I'm not taking damage, and the reason for that is because the shield's going to explode and do damage. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for here, since they've got siege minions. So I'm using a lot of mana to do this, but I want to help clear this line. Now this is a good timing where having Eldruin
Enemy has
upgraded
been
would have been
slain.
really helpful
An
in order
enemy
to
has
get
been
this
slain.
line. Now all my allies are down fighting for the golem. I need to go and help.
Now is the hour of my golem's return.
Going after Uther.
Enemy has been slain.
Uther's already been taken out. Did they have the golem? Did we get the golem? Looks like we did. Alright. Let's go back into the line. Oh, wait.
Understood.
Golems are about to rise. Our golem is going to be going through the north path.
I will bring order to chaos.
Choose a
I've been getting a good amount of
Well done. Your golem is strong.
health globes. I almost kind of wish I would have gotten Regeneration Master. Oh look, I can hit the entire lane right there.
Our time is short. Justice be done.
Alright. Enemy got that camp. Let's get this camp. Now that there's no one guarding the south, I want to try and push as much into the south lane as I possibly can. So I'm going to come over here, hit this solo lane, unless Gazlo is here. I got Gazlo. Good news is he did a bunch of damage to this line for me. Excellent. So I'm going to get this creep. That's going to hit the south. Oh, right. Golem came to the south.
Has been slain.
None of the allies are down here. That's odd. Oh, we lost a tower because of that, too. Okay, got the golem. That's good. I need a guard, though, because I have basically a tower with no ammo.
The enemy has destroyed a fort. Fort destroyed. An enemy has been slain.
Okay, quickly, quickly, quickly. Let's see if we can't get this level 15. Oh, it's
Enemy has
15?
been
I might not be
slain.
able to do this.
I will bring order to chaos.
Maybe. I might be able to.
Choose a talent.
Alright, what did I get? Burning Rage, Zealotry, Imposing Will, and United Purpose. I don't have someone in my lane a lot now, so I'm probably not going to get United Purpose. Let's do Imposing Will. So is their attack and movement speed.
You should capture this mercenary camp.
Thank you very much. Let's head to the south now that we've got... Oh, look at that. Yep, I've got some siege minions, and now we've got the, Yamato? Or, Hyperion. But now we've also got the wizards coming.
My thanks to you, healer.
Okay, I'm gonna shield myself while fighting this cannon. Probably not a good idea to keep fighting it, though.
Fort destroyed.
Wait for the line. I wasn't sure how this was going to work out. With we had Raynor down for quite some time there. Let's see what's happening in the north here. Looks like Gazlo and who else? Oh, their Tyrael is pushing up.
Time is short. Defend our fort.
That north lane is kind of going down. But the good news is we are kind of in a position to push harder on the south than they're pushing on the north.
Shall you brave the darkness? Finally.
Yeah, see, I've got a siege minion. This tower is going to go down. I've got regular minions here. Shielding Raynor.
Has been slain. An ally. has been
Shielding
slain.
myself. If I need to, I can always sanctify near Raynor.
Clattering? I believe that.
Shielding him. Oh, maybe not. Okay, Raynor's returning, so I'm going to get the regeneration. Okay, Rainer's going after Falstad. Oh, we're starting to lose buildings down here.
An ally has been slain.
Okay, cool. Abathur's on me.
Enemy has been slain.
The mines are open. I need to push this back, though.
Justice be done. My thanks to you.
An enemy has been
Alright, let's
slain.
go and help out.
Choose a talent.
Alright, I want to steal maximum health. I think that's what I want to do. I'm not... Yeah, let's do that. It'll give me a 1.
An enemy has been slain. An ally
Oh, I
has
didn't
been
get the shield
slain.
in time.
Enemy
Alright,
slain.
shielding Uther.
Keep it up, Fred.
We got Falstad. Got a teleport on her.
Enemy slain.
Excellent. We got it.
I stand.
Alright, we need to start taking down some creep here.
Without delay.
Let's stick together.
I outthrew life.
An enemy has been slain.
Without delay.
Alright, we're doing good. I kind of want to take the big golem. Wait, did something hit me? I was moving slower there. Alright, let's go and let's get the big guy. I think we should get the big guy. Let's go, let's go. I'm the tank. Let me do it.
I will bring order to chaos. My thanks to you.
We've got this. I shouldn't need my ultimate. Excellent. Rainer is going south. Uh-oh. Help him out.
Rise, Golem. Rise from your grave.
Shoot. Too many.
An ally has been slain.
My allies are coming up behind them.
An enemy has been slain.
I'm coming.
Enemy slain. Killing spree.
Go get him.
Enemy slain.
Good job, boys.
Well done. Certainly a better golem than the one
Wait,
your
what's this?
enemies summoned.
Oh, that's just Uther. Ghost Uther!
Our time is short.
Oh, cool. Abathur put himself on the building to protect it. Very nice. So I haven't been very good with the protective shields. Oh, they summoned a whole bunch of minions on us. Alright, come on. Got double stunned.
Enemy slain. The enemy has destroyed a fort.
Alright, they tried to put a bunch of minions on us. It did work. They got the lower towers, but we were able to stop it from going any further.
Justice be done.
Alright, looks like I'll be holding the line down here.
Remain steadfast.
Let's see what's going on with our allies, though. We've got some mercenaries coming. They're building up some mercenaries there.
Hold fiend.
Shield for damage.
An ally has been slain.
Alright, we've got this. Everyone else is in the jungle, but we really want to push down here.
An enemy has been slain.
Without delay.
Let's attack this fort. I hope you're prepared to fight till death. The mine shall open shortly. Defend our fort.
I will bring order to chaos.
Oh geez, they're coming into the north. Good news is we just took out a keep, and we're about to take out this cannon.
Defend the palace.
Alright, we need to go back.
Your palace is under attack.
We've got their palace under attack, which is good. Oh jeez. Really? They got this many minions on us? Good news is they're fairly weak. They're not able to follow through.
Understood. I will bring order to chaos.
Alright, let's push along the north. We gotta go underneath. They're pushing really hard here on the south. But that's okay.
Evil will be rooted out.
Choose a talent.
Alright, Holy Arena. Oh, they killed him before I could do anything. Alright, let's go and, yeah, get the big guy. The more times you summon the golem, the more time you summon the golem, the more this guy is worth. Alright, shield myself. Go!
Enemy slain. Double kill. Triple kill. Quad kill.
That's it. Shielding Uther, taking his damage. Although I might die soon, so I'm putting my shield on for me. Yeah, this guy is worth more and more the longer the battle goes. Like, eventually he will be worth 90% of the skulls. So, and we just got a whole bunch of skulls by killing him.
Let my golems rise again.
Alright, let's see what's going on. Enemy golem will be coming up here in the south, so I want to go there to intercept. They are summoning, so let's just be sure we're on it and we're ready. Haven't died yet, that makes me
Palace
happy.
under attack.
I've been fairly tanky. I think I've been responsible for several enemy deaths as well. Alright, I will tank him. Oh, I guess I won't, because he goes right after buildings. What's the cooldown on that? 50 seconds? That's not bad. Let's just go ahead and sanctify everybody so that they do more damage to him.
An ally has been slain.
There we go.
We should capture this mercenary camp.
What's going on in the north? Mercenaries and that's it? Oh yeah, look at this. Our golem is really moving in. Whoop! Bunch of enemies. Let's come up behind. Oh no, there's a tower in my way.
I must act.
We should capture this mercenary.
My thanks to you.
Volstad? Forget Volstad, I guess. Alright, you're invulnerable and doing more damage. Oh, perfect timing, too, because he used that ability. I'm gonna steal his health. Shield myself.
Double kill.
Oh, that was perfect. I stole his health and kept myself alive just in time. Push in the north, push in the north. They're defending the south, so push the north.
It seems like you could use a hand there.
Justice be done.
Oh, get back. I am low on health. Ah, I'm gonna die if I keep doing that. Let's go ahead and get out of there.
Your killing
Oh.
spree has ended.
Come back here. Ah, I didn't get to kill him. I lasted for 21 minutes, though.
You enter.
I possibly could have gone without dying. Alright, looks like I'm the only one dead on my team. Gazlo is up in 6 seconds. Uther's up in 8. So they've got 3 down.
An enemy has
3
been
enemy,
slain.
3 of the enemy down with only me down on our team. So yeah, my team is going to do fine. They've got plenty of time right now. 2 of them are down. Nova and Tyrael both down. Unfortunately, it looks like our Uther might be overextending. Ooh, he did get Volstad, though. Gazlo is trying to charge up to hit him.
Has been slain.
Or may have been trying to hit the line. Not sure on that one. We've got some really good teamwork happening here. Our Abathur, I've seen, is jumping around quite a bit. He is jumping around to several heroes, jumping to buildings when he needs to. So I think our Abathur is doing a really good job at his role at support there. So, it looks like all of my team is in the underground, trying to get the skulls. Now, what they really need to do is get the giant golem at this point, because he is worth the
Enemy has
most.
been slain.
Is unending.
I am going to go ahead and try and go underground and help out. 2 of the enemy team are down. We are now entirely up. Enemy Palace is taking quite a bit of damage. It's down to 30%. So this push is more than likely going to do it for the enemy team. They're going to be done.
Our time is short.
I'm coming in.
Even
We got it.
Now is the hour. My golem's return.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh, incoming on the south.
Your palace is under attack. Enemy slain. Double kill.
Goodbye, Tyrael.
Golem's return. Yours.
100 to 0? We actually got 100 skulls to 0. That's awesome. I need to see what our minion looks like. Oh, look at him. He's strong and will crush puny enemy fortress. Yes, I'm liking this. Wow.
Victory.
Had I been just a bit more careful in the north lane, I could have gone without dying. That would have been awesome. Well, let's look at the breakdown, shall we? So, I didn't play the objective near as much as Rainer or Uther. They did a really good job. 103 each, so they got quite a bit. Although I was no slouch getting 66 there. Abathur went without dying, so he did a good job there. 3 takedowns he was a part of. I have a feeling it's hard for Abathur to get credit there, because he has to be kind of in the right spot. So I can kind of understand that. I mean, it looks like, when you look at this, it doesn't look like Abathur was doing much, but the truth of the matter is I saw him jumping around to the right locations. When they were hitting our southern base, he was on the building. He was defending it. He put a shield on it. Abathur was honestly probably more clutch in our victory and a lot of those assaults that the enemy did than it shows here. So I'm really sad to see Abathur get kind of a minimal amount of stats here, because honestly, I think he played Abathur better than I've seen most others do that. But overall, this was a good fight. Uther and Falstead did a really good job in their lanes, respectively, and of course Raynor too. Glad to see that he was able to come back. So I was kind of mostly holding the south by myself, which of course shows for my lack of takedowns. But overall, really good match. It went to 23 and 20. The enemy team just didn't look like they were able to pull it together, unfortunately, but that was a fun match, and that was a support build with Tyrael. So when I play Tyrael again, I'll probably look at trying to do a little more damage and see how it works out. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming along on this ride, and I'll see you on the next one.